Hey everyone, welcome to the Chamber Spotlight. I'm Lori Hansroth with the Berkeley Springs Morgan County Chamber of Commerce. Today we are pleased to welcome Paul Mock into the studios. Paul and his wife Raynette have Mock's Greenhouse and Farms.
There you go.
And I want to make sure I got it all out there, and you can see the amazing produce he brought in to share with us today. Mock's has been around since...
Well, we've been in Morgan County with the hydroponics for 13 years now. And overall, though, I have a lifetime experience of agriculture and horticulture. Moved here from 90 miles away and from Windber, Pennsylvania.
And you also have a Christmas tree farm.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of Christmas tree season, and it's my 27th year of growing and selling Christmas trees.
What's the most popular kind of Christmas tree you sell this time of year?
This time of year now, it's Douglas fir and Fraser fir, but years ago it was Scotch pine and white pine.
So that changes over time?
Right, people's buying requests or trends change just like they do with anything else.
Sure. Well, let's talk about some of this hydroponic produce. Now, hydroponics is kind of it's not new. It's been around for a while, but a lot of people don't really understand the difference between hydroponics, organics, and regularly grown produce. So why are hydroponics not organic?
Okay. Well, hydroponics, first off, is growing anything without soil. Your soil, if most of you, as you went through school, know that soil has certain minerals and nutrients. And with hydroponic, with your regular water, it has very little nutrients, so we have to put nutrients in the water. But hydroponics, you could grow things in a bucket of sand as long as you gave it water with nutrients in. Now, hydroponics, the reason I'm not considered organic is sometimes those nutrients are manufactured and bagged up. Some of them are, like our magnesium sulfate is Epsom salts, and that is an organic formulation of a mineral. So that's what mainly keeps us from being organic. We don't spray any chemicals over the top of the fruit or the foliage. We use organic methods of pest control, that type of thing. Now, the advantage of hydroponic farming over soil growing is we're able to give the plant or the fruit the exact diet that it should have for outstanding growth and flavor. And that's a definite advantage over soil growing a lot of times.
So it could actually even affect the nutrients of the produce.
In fact, in tomatoes here, potassium is one that enhances the flavor of a tomato. You and your neighbor could have the same tomato variety and have two different soil textures and get the same amount of sunshine and water, but end up with different tasting tomatoes because of the nutrients.
So with hydroponics, you can control that.
Right. And you control that, and as you can see with our lettuce and our greens, we're able to do year-round production. Now our tomatoes, we're finishing up. We only have 2 more weeks of tomatoes for the 2016 season. Next year's crop has already been sown. It'll be planted in the greenhouse at the end of January, and then those plants will start producing fruit in April of 2017.
So at the height of the growing season, how many farmers markets are you set
All
up?
right. At the height of the season, we're in 6 farmers markets. This time of the year, we're down to 2, and in fact, this weekend will be the last for those 2. And then we get mentally and physically a little bit of a break for 3 months, and then we're ready to go again. The farmers markets overall as a business represent 20% of our gross sales, and the other 80% wholesale, meaning selling to stores like Wegmans, Whole Foods, and a lot of food distributors. Some of our stuff actually ends up back in this area of the state. We've had things end up at Andrews Air Force Base, Children's Hospital in DC, and a lot of other numerous places.
So how many greenhouses do you have set up right now?
Okay, we first started over 10 years ago with 3, and we're now up to 30, which represents about 2 acres of physical land space. And in that space, we are harvesting 7,000 heads of the Bibb lettuce and some colored lettuce a week.
7,000 a week?
Yeah, 7,000 pieces. We're harvesting about 3 times a week, deliver 2 times a week. And then our tomatoes, we probably are in the vicinity of 50,000 pounds of heirloom and red tomatoes, and then on cherry tomatoes, it probably represents about 20,000 pints of the multicolored cherry tomatoes.
Over the course of a year,
Right.
or season, I
Right.
should say.
And then we finish off, we have some cilantro cilantro and basil. That's for the farmers markets. Watercress over here is grown Whole Foods buys 70% of our watercress production, and we're harvesting about 3,000 pieces of that a week.
Wow.
And we also have a few cucumbers.
So are there some challenges associated with hydroponic farming versus traditional farming?
Well, hydroponic farming, even though we're in a greenhouse environment, you have some challenges. We still have the amount of daylight to consider. Also, the greenhouse have to be heated in the wintertime to keep up with the production. Summertime, they have to be sort of cooled
Right.
to keep up. Marketing sometimes is getting people to, once they taste our hydroponic produce, that generally gets them excited, but sometimes when they hear when something isn't grown in soil, they have a little bit of a psychological block as to why they should not try it, but they really should. And again, once they try something, they realize how great tasting the stuff is.
Now, and I know you were one of the top 3 conservation district farms this
Right.
year, correct?
Yeah, we were one of 3 finalists for the entire state of West Virginia, and those were based on conservation practices, because hydroponics is a great steward on the use of water. The only water that the plants are taking up is what they need to grow, and a little bit of evaporation. We also have other conservation methods. We recycle all our cardboard and our plastics. We have water storage tanks and things like that. We have energy efficient heaters, things of that nature.
And as I understand it, you are also one of the few GAP certified producers on the East Coast.
Right, GAP certified, hydroponic GAP certified production. GAP certification is a USDA food safety system to ensure the safety of the food, and also for any potential recall that there might be for traceability. And we've been GAP certified since 2008, and we are still one of the few hydroponic operations on the East Coast that is GAP certified.
So how many employees do you have?
We're now, we have 6 full-time people. They get 40 hours a week. And then depending on what season, we'll have as many as 10 other part-time people. A lot of them for the farmers markets, some of them in the summertime when we have, we still do a little bit of outside soil production, beans, raspberries. We also grow ginger, so we need some people to help with that. We employ a few school students during the 3 months of summer as well.
So, I mean, you say you've been in this for a long time.
Right.
What do you see as the future of hydroponics?
Well, the future of hydroponics, the nice thing is it can be done almost anywhere, whether it's the 55 counties here in West Virginia, whether you have cultivatable land, or whether you're in an urban setting. In fact, more urban agriculture will occur throughout the area and throughout the world as people are concentrated in cities and they like to have their food as fresh as possible. So urban agriculture will gain popularity, and some of it will be through natural greenhouses, and some will be through the introduction of LED lighting, which is highly efficient on the use of the electricity and so forth.
Perfect. Well, we certainly appreciate you bringing all this in today and sharing everything that's going on at the farm. And we're just thrilled to have you as part of the county.
All right.
And I want to thank you again for coming in. I'm Lori Hansroth with the Berkeley Springs Morgan County Chamber of Commerce. You can see this video and more at berkeleyspringscommunitymatters.com. Remember to support your local farmers at farmers markets, and look for Mock's Greenhouse at the grocery store. You might just see them when you're out and about. Take care.